So the best class setup for the AUG SMG within Modern Warfare is going to be the compensator, the 622mm long barrel, the commando foregrip, as well as the stippled grip tape. That leaves one other attachment, which you can pretty much use for whatever you want. And even though this gun has some very clean iron sights, I still typically go with an optic just to make it a little bit more consistent to hit those people at further ranges. I would advise against using the 5.56 ammo currently because it is broken. So do not make the mistake of using the 5.56. I'm going to go ahead and explain that throughout the video. A lot of people just click on the video, take a screenshot, and dip out. But do not include that as part of your class setup. In terms of the actual underbarrel, some people are saying go with the Merc grip, but the Merc grip only helps with recoil control. So that's basically stacking with the compensator, which is a good thing. You're going to have less vertical recoil, but most people really struggle with the side-to-side recoil, which is that recoil stabilization that the commando foregrip offers. That's it for the class setup. I'm still going to go ahead and jump into a few more details with this specific weapon, as well as a few tactics on how to use this particular weapon. So if you enjoyed the video or find it helpful in any way, please do me a favor of hitting that like button. And if you're brand new to the channel looking to find your way back for more Call of Duty news, best class setups, and tips to help you improve, make sure you go ahead and hit that red subscribe button, turning it to gray with notifications on. So pretty much how the damage profile works of that 9mm ammo is at those point blank ranges all the way up to about 10 meters, your weapon will do 34 damage. And as you get much further out, it'll drop all the way down to 18, which doesn't really mean much until you kind of put the shots to kill into it. So this weapon will be 3 shots and it'll drop all the way down to 6 shots to kill as the range progresses. But one thing that's really nice about this one is if you're able to land headshots, the damage multiplier will make it so it's 2 shots to kill at very close ranges, 3 shots, and then it'll go all the way up to 4 shots at the worst if you land at least 1 or 2 headshots in the mix. When testing both of those long barrel attachments, the 622 just performs slightly better by extending the ranges by an extra 2.5 meters, and that was without drastically negatively impacting the weapon in any other way. I did test the recoil, swapping out all the different ones with the attachments, and I still ended up finding out the compensator and the commando foregrip are the best combination, like it's been with a lot of the other weapons, which is pretty nice. That a lot of those make it really easy, but it kind of makes all those other attachments a waste because these ones just a good combination together. For the rear grip, I ended up going with the stippled grip. Even though this gun doesn't really need it, I think you could still go with the rubberized grip, and it dramatically cuts down on the recoil if you're looking to go ahead and reduce that just a little bit more. So if you're really struggling with this weapon's recoil, I'd recommend going with that route to reduce the recoil. And if you're looking to just play a little bit more aggressive, the stippled grip is 100% the way to go. So now let's go ahead and talk about that 5.56 ammo. I'm seeing a lot of people include this in their best class setup. I'm seeing a lot of streamers use it. A lot of people incorporate it in their videos, but currently it is glitched. Obviously, people don't test anything when they do their best class setups. They're just typically good players that throw it out there and hopefully it sticks. But for the most part, you should do some kind of testing when you're putting this information out there. So if they come around and end up fixing this particular attachment, I would 100% include this as part of the best class setup. But the big issue with the 5.56 ammo is you do not get any additional damage for shooting someone in the head. And that's an issue for obvious reasons. When someone shoots somebody else in the head, they're expecting their bullets to do more damage, and that should theoretically reduce their time to kill. And it has with pretty much every weapon I've tested with whatever caliber. It has reduced the time to kill in some way, whether you needed 1 headshot, 2 headshots, 3 headshots, or even in some cases 4 headshots. But for it to literally have no difference, it is clearly a glitch, or else it would be stated in its description. So if that does get fixed, I will definitely update you with whatever patch notes they put out, so you guys will know to include that in your AUG class setup. It's not a horrible attachment if you're only aiming for the body, because it will still reduce the time to kill at some of those ranges. But obviously, if you want the fastest time to kill, you're probably aiming for the chest and the head. So that obviously covers the breakdown of the weapon. Now let's go ahead and talk about a little bit of the gameplay. So right here, you can see this guy is in an awkward spot. You're gonna see he's not even paying attention. I thought I could wallbang him there. He's clearly just hiding and camping in a random spot. Even though it doesn't look like we're close in this match at all, what tends to happen with ground war, it just shifts periodically. And I've actually seen it where my team has gone from being DEFCOM to actually turning the tables, capturing all the objectives, and actually DEFCOMing the enemy team, where that tactical nuke comes in. And I've actually included this part in my best class setup videos for the past 2 years, because I think there's a lot of different tips and tricks I can give with actual gameplay. Obviously, if you have the right class setup, that's all good. That's going to help you go to a certain extent. But for the most part, once you get beyond that, you still got to know how to play the game. In this specific game, The only real thing you need to do to actually do well is to camp in a room with claymores. And even though that's stupid easy, personally I don't find that fun, and I don't think my audience finds that very engaging at all. So what I'm going to do is kind of mix it up a little bit, at least until the update comes in and they hopefully introduce some kind of skill gap, because at the end of the day, that's what we're really trying to do here when you're watching one of my videos, is I'm trying to help players improve. You camping in a room with a claymore, ADSing a wall mounted, does not help you improve. So instead of uploading that type of gameplay, which I could literally do for every single video, I'd rather focus on a few different elements within the video and talk about what I'm thinking as I do a specific action. A lot of the plays in this game are going to have to deal with dead silence and using dead silence to make a specific play, and hopefully you don't get hit by claymores in the process. Even if you have EOD, you can still die by a claymore. Even if you have EOD, you're going to be one shot. So making the quote-unquote aggressive play to actually make something happen will put you in a significant disadvantage, because that quote-unquote skilled player is just going to be posted up, mounted, ADSing a corner that you might walk through in the next minute and a half. So you can see in this specific scenario, I was able to pop the dead silence, work my way around, end up catching up to this guy, take him out. There's somebody else shooting, but I got to go ahead and kind of back off. So I decided to jump out of that engagement and then move myself through the building. Hopefully I can catch someone off guard. You can see that guy who just pre-aiming the stairways, coming back up. He knew I was up there, I killed his teammate, and now I'm going to push through. And odds are you're going to end up dying. If you take this engagement, you're going to die, because there's typically someone in the corner just waiting for you. So obviously I could play smart and just wait and come from a different angle, which is probably covered by a tank or a sniper or whatever the case is. Or I can actually try to make a play and have a little bit of fun with the game. Keep in mind that I'm not saying to run up the stairs 17 times until you finally kill that guy, because that's not a smart play either. I was double checking because this tactical insert wasn't 100% sure if it was a teammate or not. One cool thing from this area is to use a launcher or nades, because you could just resupply the nades in this same area. I go ahead and shoot the launcher, go ahead and come back, restock, and go ahead and pre-aim that area again. And a lot of times you could take people off C doing this, and you could also take people off in that back area. As you can see there, I was able to get a kill with my launcher, which is pretty nice. Go ahead and turn around, take that guy out. I saw another guy spawned in. I'm gonna go ahead and call my UAV as a habit, but unfortunately they did happen to call in the counter UAV. So I gotta kind of listen. I do call my dead silence in. I decided to rush in. Nobody's there except for my teammates just standing there, and I just cut across. You can see the enemies are all posted up there. Probably a good opportunity for a launcher, but I decided to push through the building and see if I could figure anything out. I got to use my audio cues now because the mini-map's gone. They're static everywhere. Go ahead and shoot that claymore. Expecting to see if someone's going to rush it, because often people do. So you can see I'm pre-aiming it for just a little bit, and then I decide to use my launcher to see if I can help out at C. I'm going to go ahead and run over to the sideways, see if I can hear anything. As I'm doing this, I go ahead and use my launcher right there, see if I at least get a hit marker. I back off, see if anything's happening on this side. I can see on the mini-map that there's guys coming through. I was expecting two of them. It looks like one jumped off the building or was underneath. And I'm going ahead and seeing if I could take a different angle. It looks like the guy is down below. So I go ahead and pre-aim this door as he comes through. And in reality, I think the kill cams need to be just a little bit longer, because in that specific scenario, that guy probably thought I was camping there the entire time. But I was just reading the mini-map. Also right here, there's a guy who comes in. I take him out with the hip fire, line up the shot. For whatever reason, I can't find out where the heck this guy is. It looks like he's kind of to the right to me, but I really can't see him as I peek that way. And I'm hoping he's going to end up moving this direction or move at all, because it looks like he just posted up. And I'm pretty much doing the same, because I'm thinking the guy's just going to rush this way. I can see a lot of teammates coming around this left side. I end up deciding to give up on this. I end up closing the door, and then I move on to another location. So again, this is another dead silence play. I pop dead silence, I take that guy out, I run up, I end up getting hit by that little mine. I wait to come back to full health, because again, I'm one shot. Come around the corner, one bullet hits me, I'm pretty much done. Take that guy out, take out the second, pre-aiming, see if there's another guy in the corner. Still need to reload, and then I go ahead and run back through, cover my side with the claymore, jump back through, trying to make the aggressive play, run through, take out another guy, mount my weapon. Ends up being a nice little clean, easy kill. Now I have to navigate around, and you can see that this side's cut off, so my team should be able to jump on it because they own the C building, and now I own this side of the building, so they should be safe. They go ahead and jump on C. And a lot of times that's what has to happen. You got to get that map control, because if you just keep trying to jump on C and your enemies have this room, it's going to be very difficult. They're going to be using the launcher, they're going to be using nades, they're going to be doing a lot of stuff to try and get you. Right there you can see that my enemies are all posted up in the back of the spawn, sniping, trying to do their best to not play the game. And right here you see me run over here to try and chase down this red dot. I actually thought he was a little bit higher up. As you'll see, he ends up being in this little left window. But what I'm really trying to do is stop him from spawning in more teammates. We already had that C building. You can see my teammates were able to take C with both sides covered. And as they come through, I'm able to take this guy out. And the craziest thing is within this match, my teammate ends up getting a tactical nuke with the tank. You're going to see he has a ridiculous number of kills. It ends up being right around 90 kills. He was able to get the tactical nuke by using point man. So you could go that route if you're looking to go ahead and improve your KD. But again, you're not going to improve as a player. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please remember to leave a like. And if you're brand new, looking to find your way back, go ahead and subscribe with notifications on. Appreciate all the support on the channel. Thank you for watching. And as always, have a great day.